America's Debt Explosion, Tax Cuts, and the Secret Stablecoin Strategy. Title ideas. America's $37 trillion debt problem just got bigger. The hidden financial war behind the US dollar. Why stablecoins could save the dollar. Congress passed trillions. But who pays? Thumbnail text. $37 trillion. Now what? The dollar's secret weapon. America is borrowing again. Debt crisis or master plan? Script. Opening midnight. Imagine waking up one day and realizing your country owes more money than the entire economy produces in a year. Not millions. Not billions. $37 trillion. Now imagine lawmakers in Washington responding by approving even more tax cuts, while promising spending cuts that may never fully arrive. And at the exact same time, America is quietly pushing a new financial weapon across the world. Stablecoins, digital dollars, USDT, USDC, a system designed to keep the entire planet running on dollar rails. This isn't just politics anymore. This is a battle over who controls global money. And 2026 could become the turning point. Section 1. The new budget battle, 1 o'clock. Recently, the House passed a budget resolution packed with massive tax cuts and spending reductions. But here's the important part. They used something called reconciliation. Most people have never heard of it. But in Washington, reconciliation is like a political shortcut. Normally, major bills in the Senate need 60 votes to survive a filibuster. Reconciliation changes the rules. It allows certain budget-related bills to pass with just 50 Senate votes. That means a deeply divided Congress can still push through trillion-dollar economic changes. Supporters say these tax cuts will boost growth, encourage investment, and help businesses expand. Critics say the math simply doesn't work. Because when taxes go down while deficits stay high, the national debt grows even faster. And that's exactly why social media exploded after the bill passed. Section 2. The $37 trillion meme, 220. Across TikTok, X, YouTube, and Reddit, people started posting the same shocking number. $37 trillion. America's national debt. Some memes joke that every citizen now owes hundreds of thousands of dollars. Others compared the debt clock to a rocket ship heading straight upward. But behind the jokes is real fear. Because debt matters. The US government borrows money by selling treasury bonds. Countries buy them. Banks buy them. Investors buy them. And America keeps spending because the world still trusts the dollar. But here's the dangerous question. What happens if that trust weakens? Interest payments alone are becoming enormous. The government now spends massive amounts just paying interest on old debt. Not schools. Not roads. Not healthcare. Just interest. That's why Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent made headlines when he said, 2025 was setting the table. The feast and banquet's going to be in 2026. That single sentence triggered huge debate online. Was he predicting economic growth, a market boom, or another explosion in borrowing and money creation? Because many investors believe something massive is coming. Section 3. The global threat to the dollar, 4 o'clock. For decades, the US dollar has dominated global trade. Oil, mostly dollars. International payments, mostly dollars. Global reserves, mostly dollars. This gives America extraordinary power. But now that system is facing challenges. Countries connected to BRICS have openly discussed reducing dependence on the dollar. China has expanded its own payment system called Cross-Border Interbank Payment System, better known as CIPS. The goal? Create alternatives to the Western financial system. Because if global trade moves away from dollars, America loses influence and potentially loses the ability to borrow endlessly at low cost. That's why Washington is paying very close attention. But instead of fighting only with banks and governments, America may have found a digital solution. Section 4. The Stablecoin Strategy, 530. This is where stablecoins enter the story. Stablecoins are cryptocurrencies designed to maintain a stable value, usually tied to the US dollar. The two biggest players are Tether and USD Coin. At first glance, they look like normal crypto tokens. But financially, they may be something much bigger. Every time someone in another country uses USDT or USDC, they're still using dollars. Not Chinese yuan, not local currencies, digital dollars. This meaning the more stablecoins grow, the more demand there could be for US government debt. Suddenly, Crypto becomes connected to America's debt strategy, and that changes everything. Section 5. The bigger game, 720. Now step back and look at the full picture. America has massive debt. Congress is debating trillions in tax cuts. Interest payments are rising. Global rivals want alternatives to the dollar. And stablecoins are spreading digital dollars worldwide. These are not separate stories. They are all connected. Because the real battle is about maintaining confidence. As long as the world trusts the dollar, America can keep borrowing cheaply. But if that trust cracks, the consequences could reshape the global economy. Higher interest rates, market instability, inflation pressure, currency shifts, potential financial shocks. That's why policymakers are moving carefully, and why 2026 is becoming such an important year in financial discussions. Ending 850. So here's the question nobody can fully answer yet. Is America heading toward a debt crisis, or building an entirely new digital financial empire? Maybe the dollar weakens. Maybe stablecoins strengthen it. Maybe Congress cuts spending. Or maybe deficits keep exploding higher. But one thing is certain. The global financial system is changing faster than most people realize. And the next chapter may not be decided by paper money, but by digital dollars moving across invisible networks. The feast and banquet of 2026? We may be about to find out what that really means. Call to action, 950. If you enjoyed this breakdown, subscribe for more deep finance explainers on debt, markets, crypto, and the hidden systems controlling global money. And comment below. Do you think stablecoins will strengthen the US dollar, or eventually replace traditional banking completely?